Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Crease Proof Longwear Blur Concealer. It is a brand new concealer from Charlotte Tilbury, now available on her website, at Nordstrom, at Sephora, at Ulta. I'll have all of the links for those retailers down below for you in the description box. And here's the thing, I'm getting ready right now to go purchase it because I saw that my local Sephora has it in stock and I'm not exactly sure what shade I should get, and so we are going to try it today. I'm applying the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, the new formula of it, all over the face. I did my brows already and I am going to head over to my local Sephora. I figured this way I can also show you a few different shades of it that are close to me, swatch them for you, pick my favorite one, and then come home and try it. By the way, the more I use this Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, the more I like it. And I realized that the shade 4.5, which is the same one I had, is even better for my complexion than the previous 4.5 in the old formula of this foundation, because it's a bit more neutral. The other one was a bit more yellow and this one is like actual perfection on me. So very, very happy with this foundation still. I have not stopped wearing it since I bought it. And I'm applying the foundation, by the way, with a Sigma brush. This is a Sigma F48 and it is a wonderful, wonderful foundation brush. I'm obviously not going to put on concealer because we're going to go buy it so I can apply it when I get back. And so I just wanted to kind of even out my face a bit to head over to Sephora and purchase the concealer that I need. I am going to do one more thing though. I'm going to curl my lashes and put on a little bit of mascara so that I can look a bit more put together. The Refer Lash Curler is next level. I used to hate lash curlers, but this is a must-have and I've been using it now for years, so I can't live without it. Also, YouTube notified me that my channel today is 9 years old. It's been 9 whole years since I uploaded my first YouTube video to this channel, so happy birthday to my channel. 9 years is a very long time and I have thoroughly enjoyed making videos throughout these years. I've thoroughly enjoyed growing my platform and it's been such a blessing to be able to be here and try on makeup and share it with you guys. This started off as a hobby and I honestly still cannot believe that this is my job. So I am super grateful to everyone who watches my videos, and if you remember, let me know how long you've been watching my channels. How long have you been watching my videos? I would love to know. Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, I went ahead and put on my Exaggerate mascara from Charlotte Tilbury and we are heading out. I'm back and I got the goods. Also got my birthday present from Sephora because my birthday was on the 16th and I chose the Dr. Dennis Gross Peel Pads because I love those. And here is the concealer. I ended up choosing shade 4.5. Actually, I meant to grab shade 4. Got the wrong one. This one's a little too yellow, but it's fine. I feel like this is a happy thing because shade 4, which is the one I meant to grab, might be only a winter color for me, and 4.5 I thought was too yellow, but I think this one could work winter and summer. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll have to go back for shade 4. I grabbed 4 and then I put it back and then I grabbed 4.5 and then I thought I had done the same thing and grabbed 4 again, but I didn't. Anyways, it's fine. I grabbed the wrong shade. I paid $38 and some change for this. The price is $36. And let's see all the claims. Charlotte loves claims, so we'll see. It says it has a matte finish. It is a liquid formula. It says it is a full coverage natural to matte concealer powered by Powder Blur Air Tech for up to 24 hours of creaseless wear. It has a quick lift effect in a tube. It has supercharged skin morphing pigment that prevent creasing and airbrush skin tone and texture. Powder Blur Air Tech, which quickly minimizes the look of imperfections, pores, and shine. Phyto Youth Essence, hyaluronic acid, and squalene, which moisturizes the skin for up to 24 hours and fights visible signs of aging. We'll see about the hydrating part. I'm concerned because I have extremely dry skin. I prefer my concealers to be very hydrating. I don't care if they have a matte finish or not. If they have a very matte finish, I might just choose not to powder them as long as they are truly creaseless, but I am scared that it is going to be too matte or too drying for me. Anyways, when I was at Sephora, I filmed a little clip of like what all of the concealers look like. The display is beautiful, and right underneath I saw that they have two different forms of application that are suggested, and I think I'm going to go for the first one because it is just one dot on each end and you blend it out and it looks very natural, which is the way I personally like my makeup to look, versus the second choice, which is with a lot more product. I thought the under eye of the model looked a bit heavy on the makeup, and I'm glad that they didn't like blur that out or edit it out in Photoshop, that you can actually see the makeup on her, because that just shows me that I would prefer the first method of application. And so that is what we're going to do today, just a couple of dots under the eye, and we'll see how things go. Here's what the packaging of this concealer looks like, very fancy. And then on the other side we have the letters right there. I guess 2016 makeup is back because we're back to like full coverage matte finish, at least with this product. We'll see if it's at least not as drying as it used to be and not as heavy looking. That is to be decided still. 8 problems, 1 solution. This concealer quickly airbrushes dark circles, blemishes, puffiness, texture, pigmentation, redness, pores, and shadows for flawless, real looking skin. That is the promise right there. Available in 34 air true shades with skin morphing pigments that sink to your natural skin tone to neutralize color and erase the look of imperfection. We'll see, Charlotte, we'll see. Let me get my hair out of my face once again. And as I said, we are doing very minimal concealer because also in the swatches at the store, I did 1 dot and it did like a full swatch matte line. So it is truly a very pigmented product, which I am happy to see as long as it blends out nicely and as long as it is still a hydrating product. So far I've had it swatched on the back of my hand for what, like 25 minutes now, and it's looking nice and it's not looking dry, so things look promising. I at first swatched shades 4 and 4.5, which I told you one was a bit too light, the other one was a bit too yellow. Ended up bringing home 4.5 for some reason. And then I also swatched a couple more shades. I swatched shade 3.5, which looked definitely too light for me, and I swatched shade 5 just to see what things would look like, and that one was definitely too dark for my complexion, so I know I'm either 4 or 4.5. Anyways, let's go ahead and try it. Here's a concealer brush. I'm actually going to use my Sigma F72 brush to blend this out. I love this brush for concealer. It's like a fingertip. It's like an extension of your hand. It's so good. And we are of course going to try this concealer without any color corrector underneath because it looks very full coverage. So let's do 1 dot, 1 dot. I believe that's what the picture looked like. In fact, it's already looking like a lot of product. And with my brush, we are going to blend that in. Again, this is a shade 4.5. And by the way, I think I might have just by mistake chosen the perfect shade for me, because now that it's here and I am applying it, I don't actually think it looks too yellow. And it is still a nice light brightening shade. So shade 4 might have been way too light for me. Do you see how much pigment that has? That was 2 dots. I definitely wouldn't recommend the second kind of application because this already looks very full coverage. And so here it is freshly applied. Now the hope is that it won't crease. I might try powder only over one of the sides to see how it creases throughout the day with or without powder, or if it creases at all with or without powder, and then go from there. Here's 1 dot and 1 dot. The formula is very, very creamy. It's not super thin, but it does spread very easily, which is nice. And we are blending once again this Sigma brush. I'm actually also putting a bit over my eyelid with the dot that I put underneath the eye. I'm not adding any extra product because it spreads that much. As of right now, without any color corrector underneath my eyes, I don't see that like the dark hues are coming through, especially underneath this eye, which is my darkest one for some reason. It looks nice even without a color corrector underneath, which is great news. I'm going to use a teeny tiny bit right here to cover that little bit of redness, and I'll blend that in with my foundation brush. I haven't powdered anything yet, of course, and I feel like so far it's not really creasing, which is promising. I'm going to do a bit of contour, and then I'll set one of my under eyes with a very tiny little bit of powder, and we'll see how both under eyes wear throughout the day. I think I'm going to do my Dior contour today, and I'm going to blend it out with the same brush I used for the foundation. By the way, I think I could confidently say that these are my 2 favorite complexion brushes is from Sigma right here. They are so good at blending out foundation or cream products in general, concealer. The little one is perfect for concealer. They're both so good because they are very dense, leave no streaks, and diffuse things in an instant. Again, they're the F48 and the F72. Contour is blended. The concealer is like the tiniest little bit crease on like the deepest lines, but honestly that's not bad. So with a bit of translucent powder, this one is from About Face. It's the pink powder from About Face. I love it. I'm going to dab some powder over my concealer. Look at how nice and blurred everything looks immediately. And then any remaining powder I'm going to dab on the shiniest areas in the center of the forehead, down the nose and chin. I'm also going to dab the tiniest little bit of powder right here because I don't want this area to be shiny, but I'm not going to go into my concealer area so that we can see if it creases. Look at the difference powder makes. No matter whether or not this concealer creases without powder, I would always use powder, but just for science, we'll try to go without powder today. And so here's what things look like. Concealer with powder over here. I think using a minimal amount of concealer, the 2 dots that I tried, is going to be vital in order for this concealer to look very natural, because I can see how this formula can look heavy very fast. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, but also if you love it, it'll last you forever because you're literally using a teeny tiny bit of product each time you use it. Take a look with the front camera of my iPhone at how things look. This is the side with the powder and the side without the powder, which looks pretty good. Anyways, this is what the makeup looks like freshly applied, and I'll show you in natural lighting in a couple of hours and we'll see how the concealer wears throughout the day. So far pretty good. It doesn't look dry, it doesn't look heavy. I have no complaints. I'm at Costco and for some reason I am crying. I don't know why my eyes got super watery, but I wanted to let you know since we're in the middle of this check-in. I'll show you more in detail in a second. Okay, one thing we know for sure, it is not a waterproof concealer because what the heck? I don't know why my eyes got watery when I was leaving Costco, but it definitely took my concealer off down there. And this is the side that I powdered. On the unpowdered side, it didn't water as much, so it looks much better still. It's 5 p.m. and I have been putting this concealer through the ringer because not only did I cry when I was leaving Costco, I think it was like, you know how the doors are open and there's like this intense air to keep the heat in the store because it's cold out. It was like, I think it was that. I think it just hit my eyes and I started crying. Anyways, or my eyes started watering, whatever. Here's what the concealer looks like after 5 hours. No sun. Powdered side, which was the side I cried off right here on this outer corner. But thankfully, at least it wasn't on the part where I need the most coverage. And then this is the side that didn't cry as much, but also the side that isn't powdered. I feel like it looks good. I think the main thing I personally am always worried about when it comes to concealers is my under eyes looking dry or too heavy, and neither one of those things is happening. So far, so good. We're like 4 hours into this wear test, 4.5 hours, because I think I started around 12:30. Anyways, I will see you guys later. It is 9:36 and I am here for the last check-in. I just put Evelyn down for bed. My eye was watering because I'm tired and I was like, let me do the final check-in. So up close and personal, here is what the concealers look like after 9 hours of wear. Reminder, this right here has no concealer at this point because I cried it off. But this is good to know if you have watery eyes, okay? If you have watery eyes, maybe this is not the one for you because it did completely go away right there. However, as far as the creasing is concerned, I feel like things look pretty good. I have to like really pull my eye down in order for it to show anything. But if you're simply looking at me from a regular distance, it doesn't look obvious. And now I want to talk about the 2 main things that I look for when it comes to a concealer review. As someone who has very, very dry skin, I'm looking for 2 things when it comes to concealer. I'm looking for the concealer not to look heavy and super makeup-y under my eyes, which this one, applying it the way that I did, does not. So that's nice. And I'm looking for the concealer not to look dry underneath my eyes, which this one also does not. It looks very natural. The coverage is insane. clean, okay? The coverage is fantastic. The finish, I wouldn't even call it matte. The side that I powdered was matte, but the other side I would say had more of a natural finish. And I do think that this is a hydrating product. It wore fantastically throughout the day. It is not a product that creases a lot. It looks nice underneath the eyes. The only thing is, if you're planning on crying, maybe this is not the concealer for you, because it did go away where my eyes watered. So yeah, you know what? I'm kind of glad I put it through the ringer today. And that is the final update. If you guys like today's video, give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you are interested in purchasing the new Airbrush concealer from Charlotte Tilbury, I have the links down below in the description box. The concealer is also tagged here in the video if you're interested. And also shade 4.5 was the happiest mistake, because I did really like this shade on me. So I'm glad that that's the one I went with, even though I was totally going for shade 4, but it was a happy mix-up, okay? Anyways, I love you all so much. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.